Okay, welcome, welcome. Week number 3 of our new consultant training, and I'm super pumped. We're going to jump right in tonight with our new consultant welcome packet. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this up. If you do not have this, you want to make sure that you let me know so that we can get it to you. It is on our Facebook page. It is under our file section, so you can absolutely find it there. We can tag you on it. We can also email it to you, okay? But we want to make sure that you have complete access to that, because this packet is just life. It is your Mary Kay life in this unit. So this is page 1, our 13 Steps to Success checklist. Remember, your new consultant trainings are free. Okay, so this 4-week series free. We also do virtual meetings at 6:30 on Wednesdays. Those, as well as in-person meetings on Tuesdays, all cost $5 a meeting. Now here's the best part. When you attend 8 meetings in a row, it does not include this new consultant training. So that would be our Tuesday nights, or you're going to a local meeting 8 times in a row, or you are doing our virtual meetings at 6:30 on Wednesdays, 8 weeks in a row. You earn $100 in free product. So you'll actually make all of your money back on your meetings. How cool is that, right? So we want to reward you for consistency with that. But this is your first step, is to complete your 13 Steps to Success checklist. And when you complete this entire checklist, yes, look here at the bottom, you will get an additional $100 in free retail product. Okay, so absolutely print this out, start crossing things off. It doesn't matter if it takes you a month, it doesn't matter if it takes you a year. Okay, you're going to want to work on this. This is your success timeline, and it doesn't matter how long it takes. What matters is you finish and get there. Okay, so tonight we're going to talk a lot about recruiting. Okay, so we're going to scroll through this packet, and I'm just going to pull this up here for one moment. I want to talk about building your business full circle, okay? And so if everything would work like as planned, like the perfect Mary Kay circle, right? This is how your business would go, all right? You would get your starter kit, and we would have a ton of new leads, all the people you can think of. And remember, in our booking conversations, we talk about making 10 booking calls a day, okay? That's our goal. And that you're always getting new leads because you're getting them from parties and appointments, right? But you would start there at lead generation, and then you would start having strong booking skills and habits, right? And so if you missed our meeting tonight, that was our unit virtual meeting was all about booking. And then, of course, we would coach the parties we book, so we can make sure that we confirm that they hold on the date and time, and help them invite people and invite the right groups of people, okay? Then we would start practicing our flip chart, the one that comes in your starter kit, right? We want to have mastery of that. We want to know it from start to finish, so our party is flawless. Then we're going to focus on really mastering the individual consultation and getting good results. Booking 2 parties at every party, getting at least $200 in sales, having 2 women from every party do a career survey. We'll talk about what they are tonight. Okay, then we get into the Perfect 12 program. We talk about how to recruit and career survey mastery, right? See, this is your rotation. So when you are like struggling, you're going to start at number 1. You're going to say, okay, do I have lead generation figured out? Because if you don't have lead generation and we can't get new leads for you to book, we're stuck at number 1. Doesn't matter if you have other things done. Number 1, one of the most important things is stuck. So whenever you find yourself stuck, I want you to come back to this full circle page and use this to figure out where are we stuck, so that you and I can have a coaching conversation to get you unstuck. Okay? So this is like a great page for you to keep. Now, moving up in the company requires building a team, right? You don't have to build a team, but man, oh man, the perks, the cars, the car insurance, the income, like why would you not consider it? So I want you to use this as kind of like your checklist for your growth of your team, okay? And so if you notice, we all start down here, independent beauty consultant, okay? And then let's make, if you're not a senior, that's gonna be your next goal, to get your first 1 or 2 team members and help them become active. And then you get that awesome 4% personal team business commission every month. Now, not to mention, some of this is a little outdated. I just realized this. This $50 bonus, you get that with person number 1, 2, 3, and 4. So there's a lot of cool bonuses that just were debuted since July. So that's one of them. Okay, so how do we build a team? How do we get started? How can we take you from independent beauty consultant up to senior consultant? And then how can we go from senior to red jacket? Okay, so first of all, we need to know our numbers. It is all about the red jacket. This is truly hands down my goal for every consultant, whether you want Mary Kay as a full-time, part-time, or hobby. Why not come in and have a fun little mini team and just have a blast and make some commission? This is where you want to aim. So it's all about the red. 15 career surveys. I want you to write that down. You are 15 career surveys away from earning your red jacket and building your own first little mini team. Okay. Now, what's really cool, this tracking sheet is going to allow us to write down the names and the phone numbers of the women that we finish a career survey with. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about, okay, what is a career survey? Let's talk about what it's not. Okay, let's get real. Let's get real for a moment. What a career survey is not. It's not a high pressure tactic that makes your customers or friends feel like they have to sign up or buy a kit. It's not going to be something that makes you feel like you're pressuring people. It's going to be something that makes this fun. Okay, so here's what a career survey is. It is sharing the perks about Mary Kay, what we love with Mary Kay, with women who we would love to work with. Now, we don't know. It may be a fit, it may not. But if we never explore this angle and pick their brains a little bit and let them pick our brains, we might never know, and they might never know. So a career survey is simple. Okay, now you might want to write that down because these are words I use when I talk to people about career surveys. Oh, it's simple, it's fast, it takes about 15 minutes, and you get a free gift. Okay, now you get a free gift as a consultant. When you complete your first 5, you get a pearl bracelet. Okay, when you get your second 5 completed, you get matching earrings. And when you do your third 5, you get a pearl necklace. Okay, so 15 gets you a whole pearl set of jewelry. Now, it doesn't matter if people sign up or not, it's you doing the training. Now, you also get a second gift. For everyone who comes on board, they earn you one of our pink ice ring packages. So you can get the pink ice ring, then you can get the pink ice earrings, and the pink ice necklace. Okay, and so that's for doing the work, but being good at it and getting and signing people up. Okay, so you get 2 prizes in the process, but your people, your friends, your clients, your customers, your family, they also get a free gift. Okay, and this will come from you, and you're either going to give them a free mini, like a free mini mascara that costs $2, or a free mini satin hands that might cost $4. You know, it's a very minimal cost gift. Or I always let them choose if they would prefer to have something out of the catalog at my cost, at my price, at your cost, your price, half off. Okay, I get most of my people take the half price because they see the value in that. And it could be a Time-Wise repair set at half price. It could be a mascara at half price. It's whatever they would love. Okay, so they pay either a free little mini gift or something that they would love and use, a full-size product at my discount half price. Okay, so you're benefiting, they're benefiting. It's also going to allow you to get to know them more because we want to pick their brain about what do they do, about their job. Okay, we also want to pick their brain about a video. We're going to send them 1 to 3 videos. As a matter of fact, just put down 3. You should always send 3 videos. And I'll show you the list of video options we have. You're going to find out, like, you know, which ones might appeal to them. Like, you know, someone who's a mom, I'm going to look for a couple videos of moms that do Mary Kay. If she's African American, if she is married, divorced, if she's a young college student, you know, I'm going to look for women that have those things in common, and I'm going to send her 3 of those videos. And she's only going to need to watch 1, but then we're going to pick her brain a little bit, and she's going to pick our brain. Okay, and it's just laid back and it's fun. And here's what happens during a career survey: we get to know each other more, we're bonded more, we're building a deeper friendship. It's like we're going from first date to like maybe dating, okay? And then we get to either pick or help her pick her next best step. Maybe Mary Kay's not for her, but now she understands why you love this business so much. And she's like super excited to hold another party for you. Or maybe she's not into Mary Kay for her, but she could be a talent scout for you, and she could refer people to you as customers and or as potential team members. Okay. Maybe she's like, honestly, I never knew about this and that this was possible. And I'm not saying I'm signing up, but I think I need to think about it. Well, now you're layering her. You're giving her some ideas. It's sitting on her heart and her mind. So that next appointment with her or that next reorder with her, she may sign up if she doesn't sign up today. Okay. It's all about what is her next best step and just sharing this experience, the love for the product, the love for the company with those who you love to be around. That's what a career survey is. Okay. So let's go back to our amazing little packet, our new consultant packet here. All right. So we know that if we do 15, we should earn our red jacket, because the numbers are for every 5 women who complete a career survey, 1 will sign up. Okay, now the more skilled you get and the better quality of women we talk to, those odds go up. Okay, so first of all, who do we look for? The first people we look for are people who are already customers. Okay, you want to make sure that they love the product and they buy the product and they buy it already at full price. It's kind of hard to sell them on the value of getting the discount for themselves and making some extra money if they don't like our product, if they don't use our product, and they're not willing to buy it at full price already. Okay, so that's really crucial. The second thing I look for is I look for women who I think could use some extra income. And really that's everybody. Because I don't care how much money you make, you just spend more, right? Like, you budget what you can, but you increase in salary, guess what? You have more bills. So everyone can probably use some extra cash, okay? I also like to look for women who are between the ages of 25 and 45. Okay, now that's ideally the best age to start your own business. Doesn't mean if someone's 46, I'm not going to talk to her about it. Doesn't mean if she's 70, I'm not going to talk to her. Doesn't mean if she's 18, I'm not going to do a career survey with her. Just statistically, the most number of people who will say yes are between 25 and 45. Okay. I also look for women who own their own home or have good credit. Now, you may not know that, right? Like, that's not something we just have in casual conversation, but you might know someone who owns their own home. Okay. It's about having good financial habits. Okay. And then the last thing I look for is someone who's either married or has children. That's a long-term commitment. You're with a kid for 18 in life. Marriage, although yes, you can get a divorce, it shows that you want to commit to people. We want women who commit. Oh, and last but not least, I look for women who had education. Okay, I don't care if you went to Votech, if you did a training program after college or after high school, or you have your master's and your doctorate. But when you show me that you have taken pride in yourself, that you value education, that's huge. Okay, so these are the things I kind of look for. And the more qualities that your potential team member has, or the women that we're doing these career surveys with, the more of those they have, the more likely they're going to sign up. Okay, now I'm going to be honest with you. I signed up when I was 23. I graduated college, but I didn't own a home. I rented. I was not married, no children. I made a good income, but I had lots of debt. You all know my story. So really, I was like not the ideal person, but I loved the product and I bought it at full price and I could use the extra cash, right? So I wasn't like super in the target market to become a team member, but it got me on. And notice that as I got older, I got more committed and more successful. And now here I am, a top director. So don't prejudge people. Just use these as guidelines. Like, oh, she has 5 of these boxes checked. This could be a good one. Okay, just kind of know that for yourself. Okay. Now, the next sheet here is our recruiting sheet. So anybody who we do a career survey with, you're going to want to track them here, because if they don't sign up that night, we want to continue to layer them. here's the mistake I made early on. I would ask people to join my team. We'd meet for coffee. We'd do a career survey. And they would say, oh, Kim, it's just not for me. And I would never call them again. Like, I wouldn't even call them to follow up about product. Like, I probably have lost so many amazing customers and women because I don't know what was wrong with my brain and how I thought, but I just didn't think about, okay, so what's her next best step and what do I do with her? Right? Like, and that's what I want you to be thinking about. So what is your next best step? So once we do a career survey and we get her opinion, whether she signs up or not, what is her next best step? This sheet helps you with that. So has she tried the product? Has she been a hostess? Has she been a preferred hostess, meaning has she booked more than one party? Has she attended a guest event with you? Like, is she coming out to our Mary Kay events or our guest nights? Has she watched a video? Can we have her watch another video? Like, the more boxes she has checked off, the more layers she has, the more likely she's going to sign. But when you can track this and record this with people, oh, it just helps you tremendously. Again, because you don't want to like lose track or 6 months down the road. Did I have Bree watch a video? I can't remember, right? Like, now you'll remember because I did a share appointment with a career survey with Bree. I know she's tried the product. She hasn't been a hostess yet, but we did do a career survey and we listened to this video. So I can look at this at a glance, and every couple months I look back at this sheet because I say, okay, now who might be the people I want to revisit? They didn't sign up the first time, but I may want to talk to them again in 3 or 6 months. Who would those people be? Because it might take them a couple times to see what you're doing to come on board. Okay, not everybody signs on the spot. Now, actually conducting a career survey. Okay, so we now know who we look for. We now know how do we track this so that we don't lose track of people, especially the ones that don't sign up on the spot. And we also know that we need to do 15 because 15 should statistically get us into our red jacket. So now we have all that information. How do we do the dang thing? This is how, okay? So this is a list of possible questions to ask during a career survey. I don't ask all of these questions, okay? I'm going to kind of go through what my favorites are, and you're going to do your career surveys with me, by the way. We'll do your first 15 together, and we can book them on a 3-way call, or we can book them over Zoom, or if you're local to me, we might even be able to meet in person. But guys, I want to caution you, keep it simple. A phone call is really simple, right? You can fit that in 20 minutes. Maybe finding a time at Starbucks maybe is better, but if your her schedule's like not lining up, just book a phone call. It's better to get it booked than for it to wait 2 weeks to find that perfect time to meet at Dunkin' Donuts for coffee, okay? You want to ask open-ended questions. You want to engage your customers. You want to create objections with close-ended questions. Like, we never want to ask yes or no things. Well, tell me about this. Or how do you see yourself? You want things where they have to expound upon, okay? People do not object to their own answers, okay? So for example, if I ask a question, like, well, so tell me a little bit about, how would this opportunity serve you and your family? Like, I don't know, like, what could this do for you and your family? And they tell me that, oh, I could use the money, we could do this and that, right? They're telling themselves, like, they're convincing themselves this is great. But if I would just say to them, seriously, Josie, you could really use the money from this. You might almost be like, well, I don't really need the money. I'm okay now. You know what I mean? Like, you almost take offense to it. So again, asking the right questions so they can be the ones that give the right answers, it helps them think about it in a more open-hearted way. Okay. Now, you want to find a need in their life and fill it. Okay, this is really important. And the only way to do this is by asking questions. Maybe she needs more income. Maybe she needs more girlfriends. Maybe she wants she just loves the fact that we're a Christian company and wants another place to glorify God or to make a difference in women's lives. Like, all of those are great reasons to come on board, right? But if we don't get to know her and ask her questions during this career survey, we're not going to know all those needs and how this could be a different fill those needs for her. Here's another key thing. You'll want to talk 20% of the time and listen 80%. So you know how, like, I'm talking a lot right now, meeting, you guys are listening? That is not how a career survey will sound. It's going to be really her talking almost all the time and you just asking a couple questions, okay? You want to listen with 2 ears. God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. We should listen twice as much as we talk, right? And this is one of those times. And then again, here's what's really important, guys. The goal is not to necessarily close her or to make this a high pressure thing. It's to be an open, just to build a relationship and to thank her and love her and get to know her more. Okay, so here's some of the questions, all right? And I'm going to tell you, my very first question I always ask is, I always want to know more about their current job. You know, I never know enough. Even how well, if I've known them for a while, I'll say, oh my gosh, Bree, so just, I know that you work in catering and you do a lot of stuff with weddings, but like, tell me more about that. Like, tell me about your job. What's a day like in your life during an average week? You know, and I take notes. I absolutely take notes. I think that's a sign of respect. When I'm writing stuff down, whether I'm in person or over the phone, it helps me remember, you know, and I just want to hear her talk. I want to hear what she does. You know, and then I might ask her, well, tell me, what do you love most about your job? Okay, I'll let her talk. And then, you know, what do you love least about your job? Like maybe if you could change one or two things, what would be the first things that would go? Okay. That's often a big ding, ding, ding. Well, I don't like my boss, or well, I could have better pay, or I'd like more flexibility, or maybe she says nothing. Maybe she says everything's perfect and I love it. You know, that's fine. But you're asking her questions. They're focused on her. People love to talk about themselves. Okay. Then I transition into some of these questions here, and I'm going to say something like, "So, did you get a chance to watch the video? Which one did you watch?" Because again, I always give them 3 to watch. I tell them which one I think they'll like best, but they could watch all of them or a different one if they wanted. And she'll tell me which one she likes. But awesome. Also, what was your initial feedback? Was there anything new that you were surprised to learn about Mary Kay and what I do? And I just let her talk to me. Okay. Notice how I'm not like boring her with facts and figures. I'm not like, well, I've been in the company for 16 years and we make half, and you know, the starter kit cost 100, and I'm getting to know her. This is like we're building a friendship over a cup of coffee. That's what this is. Okay. Then I might ask another question, like, you know, what was the most interesting thing about the video you watched? Or what really resonated with you? Okay. Or, you know, I'm just kind of curious. What's most important to you? Like, what are your top 3 priorities in life right now? Okay. And just coming from a complete place of curiosity, like, while you watched the video, did anything like tug on your heartstrings? Did anything think like, oh my God, this maybe could be for me? You notice how I get quiet? I'm just like, you know, and it's amazing what people will tell you, guys. Okay. Amazing. But I'm just asking questions, and you're going to see that. So when we do your 15 together, we are totally, you're just going to watch how I ask questions. And a lot of these questions come from the sheet. Okay. Now, how do I wrap up? How do I wrap this all up? Well, real simple, guys. How do I close my career survey? What I do is I'll then, after I, you know, chat with her a little bit, it's going to be obvious. She's going to say, well, actually, I was thinking I could kind of do this. You know, you're going to feel, your gut is going to feel it's going one way versus the other, right? And then maybe you do share a little bit, or you ask for questions. One of the best questions to start closing with is, you know, Bree, just coming from a complete place of curiosity, let's just pretend for a moment that you do sign up to become a consultant. What would be the 3 things or the 3 questions that you would still need to know in order to make a decision? Like you kind of think you want to do it, but there's a couple things you're still curious about. What would be those 3 things? Okay, because now I know what is holding her back from making a decision, because she does need some facts to process this, if this could be for her. Okay, and then that's where I get more into the fact stuff, but that's at the very end. And then my closing question is, it's the same thing every time. It's like, you know, honestly, Bree, I think you would be great. Like, I would be so honored to work with you. And, you know, totally no pressure here, but the company always likes us to kind of take your temperature a little bit. Where do you think you fall on a scale of 1 to 10? I'll be like, no, never. I'm a happy customer. I'm okay paying full price. 10 being, you know what? I would love having a discount, and I would love being able to share what I love about Mary Kay with some of my friends and family. Let's give this a shot. Where do you think you fall on a scale of 1 to 10? And they'll tell you. And no matter what number she gives me, she could give me a -20. I would just laugh and be like, well, hey, I thought you would say a -50. So this is great. You know, if she says a 3, I'm like, oh, a 3? Get out of here. Like, I thought you were going to say like a 1. Like, tell me, why a 3 and not something lower? What has you so excited? Like I kind of flip the script on them a little bit. Like every number is exciting to me because you don't know what they're thinking. I've had people who've told me they were a 2. And I go, get out, like a 2, not like a -10. Tell me what has you saying a 2 and not something lower? And by the end they tell me, they sign up. So you just need to know what's going through their mind. It's just a number, but you want to kind of get a feel, a temperature of where they are. And then I always say, well, let me give you some ideas for your next best step. I mean, that's exactly what I say. So write that down. Well, let me give you some ideas for your next best step. And so some of the choices I may give them is I may say, well, I know it's clear Mary Kay is not something on your radar as a business opportunity, and that is so okay. But I hope you now see like what I love what I do and how excited I am. And honestly, there's a few ways that you can help me out and help yourself out at the same time. I have an awesome referral program, and so if you can refer me to 5 of your girlfriends, if they make a purchase, you get X, Y, and Z for free. Okay, so, do you have a referral program? Because this is a great place where you bring that up. Okay, another next best step might be, well, I know we just tried a couple products, but honestly, like, maybe our next best step might be to actually have a little glam session or a little spa session. And you can invite 2 or 3 friends. That way you could get like $40 in free product or $100 in free product. And I would love to be able to show you more of the products that I love so much. Because that way you can kind of see what I do and, really see if this could be for you and make some free stuff at the same time. Maybe their next best step is, go home tonight. I want you to think about it. I want you to sleep on it. And if you wake up in the middle of the night and all you can think of is pink Cadillacs and Mary Kay, then maybe you need to come on board, right? But if you wake up tomorrow and you totally forget that we even talked today, then yes, staying a VIP client with me is probably the best way to go. But I'll call you tomorrow. We'll find out. I want to see how you sleep tonight. Like I might have them do a sleep test. Think about it for 24 hours, right? Maybe the next best step is to have them come out to a meeting and meet my director, or have them come to a guest event, okay? Or, set them up for the next opportunity in your sales business. Like maybe our holiday open house is next. And you go, well, maybe your next best step is to come out our holiday open house. Keep a track of some things that you'd like to get, but if you bring some friends, you can earn some things for free. Okay, I'll pick 2 options like I just gave you, and I let them choose. And you'll notice this theme is reoccurrent in Mary Kay. We never just give people yes or no questions, or we never just say, will Monday work for you? Or, we give people 2 choices, because when they have 2 choices in front of them, they pick A or they pick B. So here's an example. This might be somebody who is kind of seriously thinking about coming on board. Okay, I had this happen last night, and I closed by saying, well, honestly, let me give you a couple of options. What might be your next best step? And you tell me what you think would be better for you. So I know we have a party already booked in October. So if you would decide to sign up, we could get your agreement in by the end of September. That party, I still come and do it, but we'll do it together. And that party would become your party. So instead of me making the money that night, you make the money that night. So we can get your agreement in by the end of the month, and that party becomes yours, right? That could be one of your choices. Another best step might be, well, maybe you just want to use that party, and instead of earning free product, you're going to put that towards your starter kit. Now, I'll make the money that night, but then instead of going home with free product, you can maybe earn and go home with your starter kit for free. What do you think? Out of those 2 options, which appeals better to you? She's going to tell you, okay? Okay, how about another common thing is like they're not interested, okay? Like they're just doing it to help me out. I might say, oh my gosh, well, thank you so much for your feedback. I mean, I really appreciate it. I do. Mary Kay is like just totally not in your field house and your wheelhouse, and that's okay. But just thank you. And I want to share with you, maybe like a best step for you is like, who you know. I mean, someone as smart and intelligent as you, or someone so well connected as you, I bet you know other girlfriends. And we have a fabulous referral program. So if you can refer any of those girlfriends to me, you get like free gifts and prizes. And I will spoil them like crazy since I know they're your friends. But also, I don't think we have another party coming up with the group that we got together with your friends last time. Maybe a really great next best step would be for you to pick a couple things you'd like to get for free, and we could set up that spa appointment we were talking about maybe in October or November, Which do you think would be better? Like, would you like to get some free stuff by referring me a few friends? Or would you rather book a little spa session and get some free stuff that way? Which do you think might be best? So see how I'm just giving them choices. So every career survey gets me something. It's building my relationship with them, but it's also taking me to my next best step. Okay? That's very important. So doing your 15 is vital, because by the time you do 15 with me, you're going to feel confident. You're going to have words memorized. You're going to have you're going to see themes of how I close people, and you're going to start thinking in a way that's going to make your business grow. Because every customer deserves to know about what we do and how we do it, but just not everybody is going to be wanting to come on board, and that's okay. That's okay, but doesn't mean that they're not going to be an integral part of your business. That also doesn't mean you're not going to sign on 6 months from now. Okay, so absolutely super powerful. You want to make sure that you are always sharing this opportunity and booking those career surveys. Okay, so we're going to go back to our new consultant training packet. So just to review, right? This is the career path, and we know in order for us to move up, we need to add team members. How do we get team members? Well, we do that by completing career surveys. And our goal, your goal as a new consultant, is to fill this red sheet out, to complete 15 career surveys to earn your red jacket. Okay? And so you can track them here. We're also going to track them on this page, because this is going to be really for the people who don't sign up, right? So that we don't lose track of them, so that in 3 to 6 months, we can then go back and maybe add another layer and see, maybe if life has changed, so that we're not losing people. I had an awesome customer. She's going to sign up this week. I have had a party with her in January. I had a second party with her in June. And I kept track of her on here. And I did a career survey with her. Not interested in June. We just did we're doing a Facebook party now. And I just kind of said something else real quickly. And she's like, I was thinking after watching that video, I should really just come on board, shouldn't I? I was like, I think you should. Yeah. So notice how I had multiple parties. She's tried the product. She's been a hostess. She's been a preferred hostess. She's listened to a video. We did a career survey. 1, 2, 3. The only thing she hasn't done is she hasn't come to a weekly meeting with me. But we've done all these things, and now she's coming on board. So that's why it's important. It is so important for you guys to track. Absolutely. Okay. And so this sheet will help you with that. And then here is our impactful career survey questionnaire. So you don't need to ask all these questions, but it gives you a great guide as to what questions to ask during the career survey. Now, last but not least, I want to point this out because I think this is really important. This is how we roll. This is how we roll, girls. We are one of the top units in the country. You are part of an elite group of women. You are part of a team that is going to be the first $1 million team out of Central Pennsylvania. We are making company history. And part of that is these next couple pages. So I want to make sure I point a few things out, because I want you to adapt this. This is now our Mary Kay culture. And not just a Mary Kay. This is the Momentum unit culture. Okay? So for example, the best dressed person in the room is always the most respected woman in the room. Okay. When you go to your Mary Kay appointments, look the part, be proud, strut your stuff. Okay. You don't need 1,000 fancy outfits, but have a slamming dress or a slamming skirted outfit that makes you feel like Superwoman. Okay. When I was new in Mary Kay, I bought one black skirt with one black, suit jacket, and I changed my tank tops underneath. But that was it. I didn't have any fancy jewelry, but when I wore that and I put on my heels, I was unstoppable. Okay, and you will be too. How about being a champion in the audience? Okay, this is huge. Like at meetings that are virtual or meetings that are in person, do you know how to be a champion in the audience? Sitting at the end of your seat, being attentive, not texting on your cell phone. I know sometimes we take notes on our cell phone, but having your cell phone put away, having your cell phone quiet, right? Paying attention, not whispering to the people next to you, waiting to hold questions till the end. when we need applause, you're applauding. You know, when we're asking for affirmations or feedback, you don't hesitate. You ask a question, you jump in there, because you know it's all about interaction, and that's how to be a championship audience member. I love this. How about, never will I scratch for excuses to gossip. When I am tempted to criticize, I will bite my tongue. Here's the reality. Okay, if you're not saying something positive, it's probably negative. Okay, like think about that. I used to do this rubber band test. I'd put a rubber band on my wrist, and every time I would say something negative or gossip, I would smack it. The first morning, I was raw. I was like, oh my God, I didn't realize I was that bad. But you know, I want you to think about it. We build people up. We build ourselves up. What we say to ourselves, what we say to others, it all matters, right? We got to talk good to ourselves. We got to talk great to our customers. We got to believe, okay? So we got to be positive. No gossip, no negativity, okay? Children at parties. So this is kind of fun because I'm having a baby. And so I used to be like, no kids. Now I'm kind of like, I get it. Sometimes you need to bring your kids, right? Okay, but you know, I think when you come to like guest events, you want to try and limit the number of kids, right? Because sometimes like when we do a girls' night and it's being catered, that might be the only time those women get out from the house. They don't want to be around kids. They want to have a girls' night, you know? So you just want to be cautious and considerate to how we have kids at meetings and trainings. But you also want to be loving about it. And be flexible, because as a soon-to-be mama, I am going to have Lincoln with me sometimes, and I want you guys to watch me how I work that. I'm definitely going to have things in place that I will be completely focused in training. Like I will not have Lincoln right here with me. I'll have Jay watch him, or like my mom while we do meetings. But then I'll have some parties where I will include him, and he will be there with my customers because, well, first of all, everyone wants to hold a baby, right? And because you know, I also want to showcase that you can do this with your kids. Okay. Just great stuff in here, okay? Read this. These 3 pages on how we roll, it sets you up for mental success. It is what stands us apart from everybody else in the Mary Kay world. We work in a company that is top-notch, but our team is like the best of the best. And we are that because of the high level of commitment and expectations we have for each of us, okay? All right, so tonight we are going to end on something kind of fun, and it is called personality styles. Okay, so this is what we're going to close with tonight. So you might have heard about this. It's called the DISC personality profile. Okay, and this is taught by lots of people. This sheet is actually taught by renowned author and innovator Bill Cantrell. Okay, so understanding how you interview people, understanding the person sitting across the table from you, understanding your family. It all makes life work better, right? And so when you know what someone's personality style is like, you better understand how to talk to them, how to appeal to them, okay? So there's 4 different styles. D is for dominant, I is for influencing, S is for steadiness and security, and C is for compliance, okay? And so it gives you some ideas of characteristics, okay? I am totally, well, you know, I'm not going to tell you what I am. I'm going to have you guess, okay? But like if you're dominant, it gives you some characteristics. You are results oriented, fast to make decisions. You love to have control of people. That sounds awful, but you like to be the boss. That's how it would be better said. You love power and authority and achievement, okay? If you're influencer, you are someone who is people oriented. You love to talk. You're motivational. You're enthusiastic, okay? If you're the steadiness style, you're very loyal, you're slow to change, you're very family oriented, you're very security conscious, okay? Compliance, details. You're the girl who picks out the typo in all my messages, okay? You know, you're perfection, very critical and self-critical too, okay? And very analytical. Okay, so you're probably already kind of laughing, thinking, okay, that might be me, or this might be so-and-so. But there is a quiz here that I'm going to ask you guys to take tonight. And I want you to Vox me your results. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to go through this. It's your personality profile, and you're going to select the number 1, okay, thing that appeals to you. Okay, so you're just going to pick one. Okay, check one. So for example, Question A, do I like immediate results, provide emotional support? Do I need to be satisfied, or controls emotion? Okay. For me, the first thing that comes, I'm like, immediate results, done. Like, just don't think about it too harsh. Just what is the first one that appeals most to you? Okay. And then you're going to add these all up, and you'll see the top are D's, I's, S's, and C's, and you're going to figure out which personality you are. And you'll probably have two that are similar, right, that are close. You have a dominant and a non-dominant. So for example, if I scroll back up here, I am a DI. Okay, like I am totally dominant, but I have the I just as much, okay? And notice this sheet's gonna help you, because how do we communicate with someone who's a D style, okay? What benefits will they be interested in the Mary Kay business? And this is exactly, look at this. They wanna do it big and do it quick. They want leadership opportunities. They want high income and independence. That is me. That's why I'm here. I want a big paycheck. I want freedom. I want independence. I want to do it big. I want to make history. We're going to be the first $1 million unit in Central PA. That is why I'm here. Okay. But it also gives you their greatest fear, right? I don't want to be taken advantage of. That is so true. Okay. And then it gives you some really great questions to ask them in the career survey. So the more you can know who you are, and the more you can kind of find these cues to who your customers and your potential team members are, especially when you're doing a career survey, this will help guide you to better communicate within their personality style. Okay? So your homework tonight is to take your personality profile quiz. Okay? And you can just text me a snapshot, a picture of it. You can just text me, Kim, I came out with this number of D's, I's, and S's, and C's, or you can say, I am an S. Okay? Like whatever you are, just let me know. That is your personality style. And I think that's an important part to growing our business, is to know who we are and how we interact and how we relate with other people. Okay? It will really help you. All right. So with that in mind, we are going to wrap up week 3 of new consultant training. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Next week is money management. It is my favorite topic because I love paying people. I love paying myself, and I love helping you pay off debt and build income and wealth for yourself and your families. So don't miss next week. That will be week 4. And if you're missing some of the weeks, let me know what you're missing, because I can gear you towards what weeks they'll be live. I'm also creating a few recordings so that if you struggle with getting on, I know some of you work evenings, I want to make sure you have access to the training, or even access to watch again, you know, if you want to hear it over and over. Okay, so guys, thank you again for attending our weekly new consultant training week 4. And I'm going to stop the recording,